Hi everyone and welcome to This Made My Week, another episode dedicated to good news, inspiring stories, uplifting information, because I'm sure everybody can sense this anxiety and stress in the air in the post-election week. Like, I certainly can, but don't you worry. I've got you. I've got so many cool stories, funny videos, science-backed tools to share with you. Also, Times Magazine released the list of the best inventions of 2024. Like, stay tuned and let's get started. Let's get that dopamine rush in your blood. The first thing that made my week was finding this article in an interview with this researcher from Harvard Kennedy School of Government. Her name's Julia Minson, and she calls herself a researcher in psychology of disagreement. And she came up with this acronym and with this idea how we can participate in conversations with people whom we do not agree with. And I feel like we could all benefit from this tool and this acronym during this holiday season. We're gonna be spending more time with our families and friends, and I'm sure that there will be some, disagreements. She shares this idea about receptive conversation, and what that basically means is that you are using specific words, phrases in a specific order to convince the other person that you are actually listening to what they are saying and you are thinking about it. So when we are in this receptive state, it's contagious. The other person becomes receptive as well, and they are more willing to hear what you have to say too. So it's a perfect tool to use, and the acronym is HEAR, H-E-A-R. The first letter H stands for hedging, which means that you still stand by what you think and believe in, and you're saying what you're saying, but you are not too dogmatic about it. So you use words such as sometimes, perhaps, or some people. It signals to the other person that you are willing to listen, but you are looking at the broader picture and that you take nuance into consideration. The letter E stands for emphasizing agreement, which means that you're intentionally looking for points where you both come together and agree, and you use phrases such as we both want to, or I also think, or I agree with some of what you're saying. So you recognize that the situation or the reality is multidimensional. The A stands for acknowledgement, and Julia emphasizes that it's different from active listening, because when we actively listen, we tend to repeat the same thing the person just said, but that sometimes can seem like the person just goes and nods and, they're not really paying attention. But when we acknowledge, you can use the thing that person said, but say it in different words. So it signals to the person that you're actually thinking about what they just said. So using phrases such as, I can see that you are really caring about this issue because of what you've been through, or because your knowledge and education, etc., etc. The final letter R stands for reframing to the positive. And it's not that you're looking for the positive, but you are just reframing. So for example, instead of saying, I could never work with a person who does this and that, you say, I would love to evaluate what this person could bring to the team. Finally, my favorite thing that actually Julia said at the end of the article was that the most important thing is not try and focus on convincing other person why you're right, but actually doing the inner work, looking inside and asking, why is it so hard for me to see the other person's perspective? Or why is it so difficult for me to stay in the disagreement, or what is blocking my connection to this person? So any conversation is an opportunity and an invitation to go within. And if you know me, you know that this is my favorite place to be in. So I love this. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box to the full interview. You can go ahead and search Julia's work online. She's awesome, and I really hope that this tool helps you during this tricky time of the year. If this acronym doesn't help, don't you worry, I've got a song for you. Did you know that there's a song on YouTube called Weightless by Marconi Union that has been scientifically researched as well? And many researchers have been done, and they say that this song reduces anxiety by 65%. Excuse me, what? This tool has been around for a decade. The song has been on YouTube for 10 years and I did not know about it. Oh my gosh, I listened to it and it definitely relaxed me. I wasn't in an anxious state, but I'm certainly trying it out with my 2-year-old because let me tell you, the last couple of weeks, so next time he's having a moment or he's not in the best mood, I'm playing this in the background 24/7. I'll report later if it works or not, but go ahead and give it a listen. The comment section also under the song, it's just chef's kiss. It's gorgeous, people supporting one another. We all need that in our lives, don't we? By the way, did you notice that there's a Christmas spirit in the background? I decorated my apartment a little bit today. I started it. And you know what? This year, I did feel shamed a little bit for wanting to decorate my space early. But guess what? There's also research that has been done that proves that embracing Christmas early is actually good for us and our mental health. Let me tell you more about it. So, they say that rituals are really good for us and our well-being in general because they create this pathway to our psyche. So if we use them mindfully, they can become really beneficial. But specifically, festive rituals, it's like a different level of rituals because they evoke emotions of the times that have gone by. They bring up, warm memories from the past. So use those festive rituals to boost yourself and your emotional, mental well-being this season. It actually works. If you celebrate Christmas, have you noticed that during the season you naturally want to connect to others a little bit more? Like you want to go over for a coffee, you want to go to the concert, you want to invite people over, host a dinner or something like that. Well, there's a reason for it. This Danish study has discovered that, again, for people who do celebrate Christmas, something lights up in the brain, the area that recognizes emotion and spirituality. So your brain kind of evokes this feeling and emotion. So if you do feel the urge to write that Christmas card, do it. Connect to others. And during this loneliness epidemic as well, isn't that what we all need? More connection. The third reason, the most obvious, I think, and really important, is that you will be able to save money. If you started early, you're not gonna fall into traps of like last minute, shopping spree and when the prices usually go up. So start early. Another reason why you should embrace the season earlier is because you will be able to slow down time. That is because when you are fully present, when you are fully experiencing everything that's happening, you slow down time naturally. But as well, if you experience awe, that has been proven also by science that that's when the time stretches. So even 2, 3, 5 minutes, they can feel like the longest period, like the longest time. So you are actually like savoring the moment. So embrace the holiday spirit and the season. You guys, if the acronym doesn't work, the song doesn't work, the Christmas spirit doesn't work, this will work. Check this video out. I have no idea what is happening, but I am willing to learn to play any instrument that I need to lead this parade. Like, this is the new job that I want. Okay, the final thing that I wanted to bring to your attention is the list of Times Magazine. They just released the best inventions of 2024. I was so excited to go through this list because let me tell you, as I was reading it, as I was looking at the screen, I noticed that my energy increased, that my mood got better and better because I realized that so many people are behind these organizations and behind these brands, and they're solution makers, they're thinkers, they're innovators, and they do care about people like you and me. They want to solve our problems. And it's not just businesses who are for profit, who want to make money. There are so many incredible organizations, nonprofit organizations, initiatives who just genuinely care. These are just a few honorable mentions that caught my eye, things that I thought that were really, really cool. So first on the list is this initiative called Content Authenticity, and over 3,700 tech and media companies, including Adobe, TikTok, Associated Press, Microsoft, OpenAI, BBC, etc. They all agreed that they're gonna have a special mark that marks content that has been created by AI. I think that's a very common anxiety for many people in this new world of AI that we are entering. So to know that so many companies are pledging and they care actually about fake news as well, I was so happy to read it. This is the coolest initiative. Fully recyclable camping gear. So the company called Nemo Equipment, they decided to create all of their gear from one material, polyester only, because not all material, like clothes, they're not all recyclable because they're created from the mixture of materials, so you can't really sort them out. But they pledged that they're gonna use only one kind of polyester so you can fully recycle their stuff, because that's a terrifying number. Did you know that 2 billion tons of waste is dumped into the landfills each year? 2 billion tons. So go Nemo Equipment. Another really cool thing on this list is rubble rescue camera that has 360 view. It's this wall that can go under the rubble where people are stuck or in the area where shootings are happening and the person cannot enter. That's where this tiny thing comes in and rescues us all. How cool is that? Now, if you are a bird watcher and a lover, there are binoculars right now that can identify the bird that you are looking at. Binoculars use AI and they're able to recognize over 9,000 birds and other wildlife. This is really cool. I'd love to have them. However, they cost over $4,000. It's expensive, so I have a cheaper option for you as well. It was on the list, and that's Haiku Box. So it's a thing that you connect your phone to, and it is able to recognize birds and show you the picture on your phone. It costs only $250, so significantly less, but it's just as cool. You can identify and listen to the birds on your phone as well with the sound and picture. So I don't know, for a bird lover, I feel like this would make a really nice Christmas gift, maybe. Another initiative that I am so passionate about. So I am hoping that by the time my son grows up and goes to school, phones will be banned, not only in school, but I hope that phones will be banned for kids until they're, I don't know, 16 or something. But in the meantime, while we are not there and while we're not cautious enough, this company called Yonder, I don't know how to pronounce it, but basically they created these pouches where you can put your phone, and because of this magnetic thing that they have, it locks the pouch so you cannot access your phone. And in order to access it, you gotta go and leave the no phone zone. Many schools are using it already, so kids on the school property, like perimeter, they're not able to use phones while they're in those pouches, or some event spaces as well, events that don't want to be recorded, like music venues, comedy venues. I never heard of it before, I've never seen them also, but apparently thousands of people and thousands of organizations are implementing this tool, and I'm here for it. This is really cool. So AstraZeneca invented and now it sells at-home vaccine spray. So instead of getting shots for the flu, you can just spray them up your nose. So for those who are afraid of needles, this is perfect. There are so many cool things on this list, like see-through screens, see-through computers, lab-grown meat, lab-grown fabric, like discrete hearing aids, or cleaner dental x-rays, cutting-edge gene therapy. Like, this list is so incredible. Again, the list is in the description box. Go and check it out. It will make your week. All right, everybody, this is where I'm gonna end my video. Thank you so much for tuning in and staying till the very end. Listen, I know that we are going through some rough times, and it's really easy to believe that everything is gloom and doom, but it's not. For so many people, it would be beneficial to keep us divided, separate, fighting against one another, but actually the reality is full of positivity and full of people who are doing good every single day. So I think it's more important now than ever to stay connected, to recognize the good, to celebrate the good, to amplify the voices of those who are doing good. So I really want to create this community, and I welcome you in this community. I appreciate that you are here. I appreciate your presence. Make sure to like this video, comment, share it with your friends, not only to support me, by the way, thank you in advance, but also to teach your algorithm that this is exactly the kind of information and the vibe that you want more of. Now, if you want more of the dopamine boost, go ahead, rewatch my old videos or come back next Wednesday for more. And in the meantime, go ahead and make your own week and make someone's week. Why? Because you can. You have that power. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.